see. Hello, everyone. I am a minute early. All good. We're just going to get this ready. Happy New Year. It is Lunar New Year. It's kind of cold today. Just going to wait a minute. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Happy New Year. It is Chinese New Year, Vietnamese New Year, Lunar New Year, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, happy Saturday. We are back to catching up. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Good to see everyone on here. Yeah, it's been an eventful week here for me, and kind of went around a lot doing some different things, and just now I'm behind on some of my work. It's kind of cold here. Oh, sorry about that. Happy New Year. Hi, Tia. It is the year of the snake. So citrus season right now, but this is often what you would find in like Lunar New Year around like late January, sometime between January and like February. It's like citrus season. So sometimes you think about what kind of fruits, we offer and stuff. I mean, there's a reason to it, just because those fruits happen to be available during this time of the year. And anyone know what this one is? Looks like a decoupon. It's yeah. Hey, DLR. Yeah, that's what I've been busy doing this week. I was collaborating with Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds to go pass out seeds, and it was just such a great experience. And it was so shocking to see, went out around like the places that were burned, and like took a tour. We toured around that area and was talking to, some people, and one of the organizers at Baker Creek. The nonprofit that Baker Creek was, partnered with, that they've done like previous donations with them. It's called World Help, and they do like natural disasters, kind of like funds and relief all around the world. So Baker Creek's part of that, especially for the wildfire that happened here a couple weeks ago. By the way, it is now 100% contained. I think I got that message yesterday or this morning. We also had a little bit of rain, so that was helpful because, somewhat. I think it was helpful because it wasn't crazy rain. When there's like so much heavy rain, you're concerned about mudslides, and it might make the situation far worse, actually. Yeah. Looks like a cross between a pear and grapefruit. Yeah, so this is what they call the ancestors of grapefruits. Grapefruit's actually a cross with an orange, but this is what a pomelo looks like. It is a tropical citrus. It is, it tastes kind of like a grapefruit, but not as bitter. And seems to have more of a bite, less juicy, but it's like firmer. You know what? We should open one up, shouldn't we? We should open one up. Can show you guys. I think I had a video or like did like a short on it or something. But we should eat it. We should taste this. So yeah, I went around and, so if some of you guys were familiar, that I posted a video talking about like whoever that was been impacted by the fire. We physically went and like hand delivered them. If those that we can't meet up with, or for whatever reasons, or they don't feel comfortable meeting up, or that they couldn't, we just ship it to them or drop it off somewhere that they could pick up. So yeah. And in LA, the city is so like scattered, like spread apart. You can't get to that many places in one day. Okay, let me check in and see what you guys are saying here. Oh, I'll work on getting setting up like a better camera for this so the quality would be higher. And also could be the connection issue, maybe. I see that my connection's fine, but it's also like on your end as well, or yeah, I'll look into how I can set up like a proper camera for this so like it'll be better. Um, Here's a kind of general size. This is not a very big one. This is kind of like a normal size. There's ones that are like 1.5 times, you know. So it's got like a pear shape. These are really good in Vietnam. I think the time when I'll be there is I think it's pomelo season. And some are like pink inside. Yeah, we're gonna open it up. I heard later you just scoop inside the segments. Can't really scoop it, break it apart. I'll show you. Yeah, I'm really. Hey, Anton is saying yeah about the charity work. I'm just really thankful that they have me be part of this because this is like, I mean, any charity work is great, but this one hits so close to home. It's and it all seems crazy if you won't make time for it. It's just so close to home. So it was wonderful being able to, talk to some people that their house is like completely gone, and some people that feel the guilt that they've survived it. It's crazy. And some people and people we met with are so happy to get those seeds so they can kind of distribute them amongst their families and friends, and some are like teachers so they can distribute to their students, and some sort of like plant club and all. So it was great. You enjoy the travel videos. I'm glad to hear that because I'm about to go film some more out there. And hopefully I'm gonna arrange something so I can do more like garden tours, like home garden tour as well. Enjoy your travel videos. Planting a seed shows up. I know that's the thing, right? Regrowing and bringing life. It's quite symbolic, but it's just really interesting to see seeds grow out. It's just insane to me that this tiny little seed can grow into a big tree and give you the amount of food. It's insane, and purifies the air. It's amazing. Although like I enjoy doing like propagation as well, just by cuttings, but if you have the time and that if you are around to start from seed is really cool. So let's open this thing. I think I want to have one that's more ready in the back. So just give me a second. Okay, I think connection is good this time because I'm keeping this on. Okay. Show you the different size. You see that? So this is slightly bigger. Also, this one is riper. Don't know how well you can see, but like see how this one is riper than this. It got like a golden yellow tone. It's a little soft. Like this one, when I press on it, you can see like the indentation. You see how it like goes in like that. And they say that the oils of this is really good for your hair health. So you can do a distill with it, like extract it somehow, it'd be really cool. But just a simple home style way of doing it is they just peel it and boil it in water and use that water to wash the hair. Yeah, like how this one's really hard. So this one's not actually ready. It's edible, but it's not going to be as good. Hey, Joy, welcome. Happy New Year. We're here having fruits. Glad you can join us today. Let's open this thing up. Let's see here. Yeah. It depends on the trees too, but in general, I do like them because they're not as acidic as some other citruses, and it's not as bitter as like a round like a grapefruit, you know. And some of them that can get really sweet. They're really good. So let's see how I should do it. I'm gonna try point down a little bit here. Do my best. Pith. Sorry, I'm shaking. I should put this on another table. Wasn't quite prepared to open the fruit. I don't really know why. All right. Hi, June. Welcome. Happy New Year. June from Annie, Joe's Plants. From the desert, Arizona. Awesome. Welcome. Okay. Pull this down a little bit. Hey, David. Okay. And you know what? Some people, they actually make. Hey, Don, how's it going? Some people actually eat the pith. So what you would do is the thicker the better, because then there's just more to cook with. And what they do is they would remove the outer part here because the skin is like super oily, might be too strong for the taste. And then they would blanch it, I think. You blanch just the white part, the pith here, and then you dry it. When you dry something, it changes the texture. So after it's dried, you can store away, or you can use it and cook it right away. And you make it with like some sort of like really like a heavy sauce, kind of a stir fry or some sort of like a braise thing you can add with this. It's quite good. It's got a really interesting kind of like soft, a little bit chewy kind of a texture and absorb. Like this thing you see, it's like cotton, right? So really absorbs the flavor, all the sauce. Notice your recent posts were with you in Vietnam. Did you just? Yeah, no, Don. Those were from last year. I'm gonna be heading out there next month, so I'll be shooting some new content. Yeah, that. Which really helped out because it's been a while. Like these couple of weeks, it wasn't preferable to be going out there to outside because of the fire. So um, you know, I got some content that I could edit and share. I'm trying to keep this in one piece, so having a little bit of a difficult time here. Eat the pith. I can do that. We could try eating the pith here. It's actually good for you. Just like a bit of that pith, that part for like an orange too. That's actually good for you. In fact, when you juice stuff like that, it kind of thickens your juice a little bit, makes it taste like more creamy. Yeah, there are some like really big ones out there. It's like humongous. And some with a pith that's not as thick, and some has like a pith that's really thick. I think this is consider normal size. It's definitely not that thin. You can tell when I kind of struggle cutting it. I think I'm gonna cheat a little. Score it a little. Yes, zesting would be great with these. Yeah. It definitely has more of a grapefruit kind of a smell, but it really doesn't have much of that bitterness like a grapefruit. So you can see how like useful this pith is because there's like so much of it, right? It's great if you can make use out of it. Lemon zest, pomelo zest, cakes and stuff, perhaps. Ooh, yeah. And that would be interesting to try, actually. Mm. Yeah, such a nice of that grapefruit bitter kind of an undertone. And my friend's dad actually has like the best pomelos ever, like that I've ever had. I don't know. It looks like a normal one, but when I taste it, it has a little bit more of like a floral taste, and it's it's just so good. It's subtle, like, but I can definitely pick out which ones came from his tree. See what other fruits are we doing in the New Year's? We also have calamansi, which is like this round little sour citrus. Those are really good in drinks. Like instead of making lemonade, you can use that. And the rind is so tasty in those. It's kind of like a kumquat, but a bit more sour. Pith, not bad. Tried it. Yeah, because it's not as strong as a grapefruit. I like it. The world's slowest peeler. Grandpa planted an old grapefruit tree, and I have a bunch now. That's awesome, Anton. It's grapefruit trees are so hardy, and they can get really big, really wide. It's for like an average home garden here. If you let a grapefruit tree go, it can fill up like half of your garden. If you plant three, your entire garden is like fully taken up. Well, good. I'm glad you got yours pruned. You definitely can keep everything in a small, just a size that's manageable and easier for you to pick. Yeah, and some people kind of like dry this and burn it too for the smell. Instead of burning incense, they burn this. Or actually, you don't actually burn this directly. You put like, what do you call it? Like a little candle under it. And then you keep like the upper shelf with like a bowl that holds the peel, and it releases a really nice aroma. You have a bigger tree. I know. You guys ever smell like citrus flowers? They smell amazing. Oh, it's so like it really uplifts you. The smell of citrus flowers. Oh, this one's good. Yay! Ryan's missing out on this. Okay, a little story on this. So, Ryan from Baker Creek, right? We were working together this week, passing out seeds, and later on, I was helping my friend at a Chinese New Year event at night, and it was so hilarious because this year they have it at some sort of club place out in like West Hollywood. So it was like super hip kind of a place, and he was game to like go join us, and then he's so nice. He's like, oh, I'll help out whatever you guys need help on. Yeah, I'll come check it out and hang out and help. And he just looks so out of place there. If you guys have seen him in video, he's pretty much like that in person too. And, like picture him at like a dance club. It was hilarious, but he's got such good spirit. So he met some of my friends that I was helping out there, and so one of my friends said, "Oh, I don't know. I forget how this conversation about pomelo fruits came about, and I I'm not sure if he's had one before, but he was interested. So my friend said, "Oh, let me give you one." But we wouldn't be meeting her again anytime soon. So I said, she gave me a few. So why don't I just give you mine, and then she'll reimburse me. She'll give me more. Um, So I brought it the next day to give it to him, but I threw everything in the basket as I was leaving, and I ended up like bringing the fruit back. And then my friend gave me more fruit, so now I end up having double the amount. Thank you. Thank you, Giovanni. I love this color too. It's quite sharp. Maybe I should wear this kind of stuff more often. I don't need to wait for New Year's to wear this, right? What do you guys think? I also have my Vietnamese one too. Maybe if I go to the temple tomorrow or something, I can also wear that. Yeah, just kind of make like be fun to make these sort of outfit stuff like a normal thing, to wear. I'll trade you fruit. I'm seeing hearts. Are you guys agreeing with me? Thank you. Thank you, Anton. Anton. I hope I said your name right. So, yeah. And you know what? The Vietnamese one is warmer. It's long sleeves and long pants. The pants is loose, so I can actually wear like leggings under and keep me warm. Asian clothes and your hair down. Noted. Yeah, I just like love to have opportunities, like more opportunities to wear these sort of stuff. But I'm like, you can create opportunities, right? Why do you have to wait for a certain day to wear things? Just wear whatever you want. San Diego, oh, you guys usually have better weather than LA. Like LA has pretty good weather compared to most of the country, but no, see, yeah, that's nice. Thank you, Edward. So this is what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I can have a wig. My dad used to do this. He'd like put it on like this and have like yellow hair. It is delicious. Sometimes certain years it's like kind of dry, but this year it's actually very good. Oh man, Ryan's missing out. Sorry, Ryan. So yeah, most people grow this sort of like a yellowy clear kind of a flesh. In Vietnam, you can see quite a lot of them with the pink, and the pink is so pretty. You see like a little bit of that gradient from like a yellowy uh translucent to peachy corally and then to pink. It's so beautiful. My dad's a weirdo. What do you think I am? I'm not sorry either. I love it. Oh my god, I can't get this open. I gotta cut this. Do you have cuttings as hair? Yes. This is my friend gave me a giant branch. They pruned their tree that of cherry. I'm not sure if this is cherry blossom or it could be peach blossom, and gave me like a really big branch, and I trimmed it to fit into the vase. So yeah, this is the leftover. It's like the fastest. I love putting like plant stuff on my hair, guys. It's so fast to do. You just literally cut it, and because like I use a what do you call that clamp clip thing, so I just like clamp it on. But I think I'm gonna wear more plants on my hair now. Like I love it. Peach branches, yeah, and they smell good. And my other buddy gave me an ume, which is like smaller white flowers, but oh, they're so fragrant. Hey, Marco. Good evening to you. Oh, yeah, I said I was going to cut this off. We're just here having fruits or watching me have fruit. Happy New Year. I didn't mean to create an earthquake here. As soon as I cut it, you guys can have a better look at this. Ugh, jeez. I need to set another table for this next time. I know. Let's just move this over here. Yeah, so what I like to do is, you can see that core. Just gonna cut it in fourths again. I think the fastest way to peel this is just to cut straight down like this to cut away the core, and then I can just peel it back very easily. It is a pomelo. It is an ancient, like the ancestor of grapefruit. Grapefruit's actually crossed with an orange. So pomelo is a citrus. It smells like a grapefruit, but it's less bitter. And it has like a drier consistency, like the texture. It's really nice. It's really good in a salad. It's got lots of seeds. Look at that. It's an old looking seed, doesn't it? Like, it reminds me of the oppo, or like like a squash seed. It's kind of angular. It's interesting. Yeah, there you go. Hope that helps. Do a channel seed giveaway. Yeah, I can do that. I guess for some of the random fruit things that I collect, I guess. We can probably but the thing is, guys, a lot of this one probably will be viable, but a lot of the tropical fruits, the seeds should be planted fresh. Otherwise, it's harder to germinate. Hi, Serena. Happy New Year. I love that you call everyone. Oh, we're like a family here. What flavor is it like? It is it's sweet. Not well, I guess some can be kind of sour, but it's mostly more sweet than sour, and it's not very juicy. It's very meaty. Like, yeah, it's a little bit bitter, but nothing like a grapefruit. You can see it's got like a bite. It's a firmer bite. Hey, Joy. Beautiful. The texture is so nice. These are great as a fruit salad. Like, I can pick this entire thing and just make it a salad, like, and make like a dressing for this. Maybe add a few herbs in it. That's it. You can throw anything you want in a salad, but I'm just saying this has a beautiful texture. It's just so good even by itself. Yeah, I hope you try one. Just like all fruits, though, of course, not every single one is going to be guaranteed that it's going to taste good, but I hope you get a good one. Mm-hmm. Drier. It's not as juicy as a grapefruit, but definitely prefer this flavor. Grapefruit, I kind of like eat it more for like health reasons and like juice it and, you know, just for health reasons. I really enjoy pomelo a lot more. Pomegranate and lime in my salad earlier. Nice. When I used to have a bigger pomegranate tree, I would freeze the leftover. They freeze really well, by the way. So I was thinking I do have a I'm trying to blend pomelo and pomegranate together. I was trying to say, I meant to say pomegranate. I have a pomegranate in a 5-gallon right now. I'm thinking about moving it to the rooftop. I can just keep things kind of like short and like bushy so I can um, get some fruits, you know, growing in the sun. I think I'm gonna move a lot of my fruit trees up there and keep it small and just it's better than keeping it small and in the shade, you know. Small in the sun better than in shade. Hmm. Which fruit can never be found singly? What do you mean? Like a clustered? Like a grapes? Can never be found singly. Fruits. Yeah. First comes to mind are grapes. Oh, then you must have a nice variety then. That your grapefruits are not as bitter. How do you make popcorn out of pomegranate seeds? Well, I chew and swallow mine. I eat mine. But so what do? You suck the juice out of it and then you pop the seeds? How's that process go? That's very intriguing. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Most jokes fly right off of my head. And I definitely didn't. Hi, Louise. Pear, gotcha. Okay, I think I got it. I'm just gonna keep enjoying my fruit. See how it's all like segments, right? The segments, and it's hard to peel back, but as soon as you cut the core out, it opens very easily. So what's new, you guys? How's your week been? Oh, I think one of you guys mentioned to try the pith, right? Look at that. Look how like cottony this is. Like, oh, it's so fluffy. Ooh, it's super fragrant. Wow, these would be great candied too, like a little bit like sweet and salty. Oh my god, I'm surprised. Wow, holy crap, this is really fruity. It's really not that bitter. This is crazy. It's good. Wow. Mmm. It's sweet. It just tastes like a chewier, denser, less juicy, like a little drier version of this, but even more fragrant. My God, that's so good. Oh no, Marco, I'm glad you're recovering. These would be great. Glazed, candied. Hey, Bowtie. Happy New Year. Just having some pomelo. TLR is like, thank you for narrating. That's a pomelo. It's an ancestor of a grapefruit. Grapefruit's crossed. This is a pomelo. It is a tropical citrus. Usually available in like during the winter and springtime, I think, something like that in Asia. So you often do like offerings of these, like a pair, one on each side, with like, with like the Buddha altar, or put some sort of like a lucky word on here with a tape, like a red paper with like calligraphy on it with like lucky, good meanings, just kind of like good vibes kind of words on it. Yeah, Happy New Year. Yes, this is not even that big. There are some that are even bigger. I opened the one that's slightly bigger than this, but there are ones that are even bigger than that. Here's what it looks like. Hey, it pairs quite well. The colors really, it's really bold. I like it. So you just cut that in half as it looks like. It's all good. Hey, Bob. Is it really cold in Seattle? I'm going to be there later on this month. And I happen to book a hotel that's a little further than the place I need to be. So I think I'm going to Uber my way out. There's no way I would be walking so much in the cold. It's like the time I went to Seattle years ago, even in May, it was cold for me. And then I went in a winter once. It was so cold. Like I had to cover my face because it was so cold. My compost the skin. I was going to, but it's so good. I think I might just eat it. No, you know what? I'm going to try to boil this in water, wash my hair, and see how it goes. And then compost it at the end. Yeah, doesn't taste as acidic. So I feel like the worms doesn't really mind. And even if I had orange peel, if it's not like a whole lot, it doesn't even matter. I just throw them all in. Nature will take care of it. Wait, what? Just run the skin through a dehydrator? You can. I think I prefer to do it that way. I think it's cleaner and it's nicer. But people usually just kind of lay it on a tray and set it outside. And enjoy my dehydrator. I know, right? It's great. Can make so many things with a dehydrator. Wash the pith my citrus. Sometimes I would even save these for like use it as like a medicine. Dry it and then store away and use it as needed. Like if I feel like, catching a cold or something, there's like some Chinese herbs and stuff that I take, but this also helps. So I save these in a jar sometimes. I am competing in the garage. What are you competing? Wait, run skin through the dehydrator. It does look kind of like a bike helmet, doesn't it? Be nice if it's still kind of squishy like this, though. Actually, provides some sort of cushion. I have to get more fruits to hang out with you guys next time, huh? Put all the citrus in the compost and see the worms. Yeah, right? No, my worms get to them too. And if they won't, the fungi will. Anyhow, they do break down. So I'm not too worried about it. And there's plenty of food. If they don't want to go for this, they'll go for something else, you know? It's so good. Oh my God, this is so ridiculously good. Oh. This could be good in like a drink too, I think. You kind of just what's the term, guys? The one where you kind of like press like berries and stuff, and you either put alcoholic or a syrup or just some carbonated water. You can do that with this. I think it would be really good, and add some mint to it. Look at that. It's so satisfying. Look at that. Mmm. So good. Vermicompost is a major goal for me. So easy to set up. I love vermicomposting because of my small space. It's more sense to have a worm, like a vermicompost. I did tell you guys that the tumbler turned into a vermicompost as well, right? Because it's like the banana has grown and shaded the tumbler out. And like when I came back and I saw there were just like a bunch of worms that populated in there. I'm like, all right, I guess this is a vermicomposting bin now. Possums digging last year's compost and it was all worms. I was, oh man. You don't have a cover for it then? I guess like the normal way of building like a good size composter won't have doesn't have a cover. Excuse me. It's got to remove the seeds. Ooh, that's a good idea. Tinctures? Yeah. Yeah. Kind of miss doing extracts. I haven't done that in a while. And glycerin for like, how else do you use glycerin for like extracting? Like, I guess to eat, like as an extract and dilute it in water, or I use like glycerin products, stuff like that for like, for skin. I smell a rat. Marco, is that a joke? You smell a rat. Is there something I'm not getting again? Possum digging in last year's compost. That is almost all worm castings now. I think we have possums here. I think it's been pretty good recently, but a few months ago, I definitely heard something loud and it sounded bigger than a rat. I actually have witnessed a couple of times a possum in the garden, so probably there's some like big trees around here, or more like kind of like really full trees. So I think possums actually sometimes like the family can live up in the trees. Don't have a lot of moisture control problems between irrigation, high humidity. We'll never dry out and be perfect moisture. Oh, aren't you lucky? That's a nice ecosystem. You can make a simple lotion out of glycerin. Beeswax and borax. And borax? Am I reading this right? As an emulsifier? Glycerin would count as the water ingredient. Ah. Yeah, I don't remember how I did it before. And my lotion didn't last. Like it lasted for a few weeks. And then it started growing mold. It's probably because I actually didn't set the heat. Like when you make lotions or extracts, you don't always have to cook the herb, right? I forget what it was that I did. And I feel like I did like a raw extract and then I added beeswax and some oils in it. Like, like the moringa oil, argan oil, stuff like that. But a few weeks later, my containers started to mold. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I heard correctly either. Borax. The only time I've used borax is making some sort of a bait for ants. So I was surprised when I read that. Possum sleep hanging by the tails of I see. Borax is banned in the UK. It's a washing detergent through right. Hey, Simply Gardening. Yes. Yeah, well, we still have borax. You can find them pretty easily in the stores, sold, advertised for as a laundry as well. I really don't know much about borax. I just remember like looking up recipes of what I can do to control ants, and borax was one of them that I ended up picking because it was like I had easy access to it. Oh crap! It turns into glass when heated. That's crazy. Interesting though. Did you want to ants? What? Yeah, it was more like ants. Like it's not so bad now. In the summer, there would be a little more of an issue. It's not as bad as the previous years now, but yeah, just like in the house, those ants. Happy New Year, Simply Gardening. It's Lunar New Year. But actually in China, they call it Spring Festival because it's usually right around like early springtime when the flowers, everything just kind of burst into life, like the stone fruits, that flower during this time of year. Thank you. Happy New Year. It takes so long to eat one of these, so I usually just like to take them all apart and just have it like ready to eat. It's just better that way, easier. Or I guess if you casually like to hang out and just take it slow, you can just enjoy the peeling process. Borax has no normal uses. But why are we using borax for the lotion thing, I'm wondering? Why is it part of the recipe? I've had a few beers tonight, just chilling for once. Well, that's nice. I'm looking forward to doing that. But I can't. I have a lot of work. I have a lot of catching up to do as well. Thank you, Marco. Happy New Year. Ooh, this is a big bunch I got here. I can't laundry when ant killer no. Making face cream only. This is a pomelo. It's like a grapefruit. Looks like this. It's not as bitter as a grapefruit though. I really enjoy the texture. Fermentation. Is it based on these live streams? I don't think we need to worry about when I usually have a pretty good appetite. Good observation. Pomelo. Yeah, it's pomelo. Borax is not totally banned in UK and highly restricted due to potential. Oh, I see. Does it sound like it's? Yeah, probably a product I would stay away from. Yes, it is a citrus. It's citrus season right now. And thank you to one of you who suggested I should eat the pith because it is really good. I'm going to have another one. Wow. What if I dip that in honey? Oh, that would be good. It's so good. Childless. I guess it doesn't matter to you. Yeah, what you're making, Serena? I'm getting hungry. I'm always hungry whenever I'm like streaming with you guys. Perhaps I should have something like to munch on next time too, like today. Struggled to get it days years ago when I needed to import it from the US. Really. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of usage. I would like to learn more about it. It's just the only thing I've done so far using borax. I did see it advertised for laundry, but I use it as a recipe for like controlling ants. You guys have stricter rules in the US though, generally speaking. So I got had wagyu last night. It was a sushi. Wow, that sounds amazing. They want to know why you want it. Wow. That is luxury for sure. Look how many seeds are in here. One year there were like no seeds in it. I was so surprised. Like sometimes I don't really get it. Like when it gets pollinated, I mean, how could there like be no seeds in there? You know, it's kind of I don't understand it. But yeah, this one has plenty of seeds. Simmering now, no more. Chili. Thanks for giving me that idea. I haven't had chili in a while. That is so good in the winter too. I got some really good heirloom beans, so maybe that would be kind of exciting to make. Right? There's so many seeds. I'll kind of pick up the seeds and show you guys for like just half of the fruit how many seeds there are. I'm sorry, guys. Can you actually hear me too? Like, you hear me too? My nice mic would probably pick it up. This one, I don't know. Okay, well, thank goodness, Aunt. Sorry, guys. I don't have manners. I'm trying, but I mean, how do you even eat quietly? Like the chewing sound, the mic picks it up. This thing is just so meaty. It's hard to eat quietly. It's like asking someone to eat some chips quietly. It's like a talent if you can eat so quietly, I think. Black gold seed started mixing. Nice. I need to sift my compost. I haven't done that in a while. I can't wait to do that, but there's many more things I need to do before I get to that. I did ordered a new ladder, guys. Really excited. The ladder is for getting it higher up so I can get on to them to install the PVC pipe to get the water up the roof. I got a multi-purpose ladder. So it's like the base of it is really wide. It kind of flares out and it goes up and you can extend it up and then out again on the top. It's really cool because it's multi-purpose. So I can even stand like one side of the legs on like a step, like at a different level. Like if the ground is not level or if you put on a step, you can bring it more like a straight, like at an angle that would bring you closer to the wall or whatever area you need to work on. So I'm really excited. Do you think, I hope you know what kind of ladder I'm talking about. And I'm wondering, do I need a standoff? Or that's like safe enough to just have that kind of a ladder? I cannot get the ladder as high as the roof. It needs to go under the rain gutter. The less you're enjoying, the less noise. Kind of funny. I did need a new ladder. I got one. It was on sale. It was so funny, guys. Like, I wanted to save the $30 shipping because Home Depot is quite close to my house. But I kind of like strained my back after I like placed the order, and I was doing like stretches on my back, right? And then my best friend, like my sister, called me, and she like shocked me with the news when I was like on a roller trying to stretch my back. So I didn't catch myself, like I got out of balance and like my shoulder hyperextended, almost like felt like up to the point where it got stuck, like it wouldn't go anymore. And luckily I was able to catch myself because my back was really sore, like kind of like painfully sore that day. And I my back just my muscles like just couldn't like catch my upper body. But luckily I'm okay now. But the funny thing is that the day when my shoulder and my back was hurt was the day that the ladder was ready to be picked up. And I was like, oh no. So this is how many seeds are in half of a pomelo. Let me clear this up so I can give you a better look here. My maneuver is taking over, so I'm sitting down. Okay. I got like a 23 feet max. 23 feet reach is what they call it. Maximum reach ladder. The roof is 18 feet. I strap a weight on the bottom of mine. Okay. That's a good idea. Okay. So you don't think I need I feel like I don't need a standoff because the top and the bottoms of the ladder like flares out, you know. Oops. That was a seed. Oh, I was using a ladder with only one rung above the edge of the roof and he lectured. This whole ladder thing. Yeah, I'm trying to make this like as safe as possible, guys. I never climb ladders. If it's required, I get someone else to do it. I don't have to. I see. Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, definitely don't do it. If I'm climbing up that high, I'm probably gonna have to get someone to like stay on the bottom or something. I'm not gonna be on that ladder for too long. I just needed it so that I can get the PVC pipe is going to go up to about maybe 17 or 17 and a half feet high. And then I need to like make some connections to kind of curve it to go around the rain gutter. That's it. Like that's it. Oh, I also need to strap it on to the rain gutter, the pipe when it goes straight up. But that's it. Like that's really the only job. I need the ladder getting that high up. I'm sure it's good to have that kind of ladder around anyway, but yeah, hopefully it won't take me too long. Yeah, Dave, your son is looking out for you. Oh, okay, firefighter. Yeah, that makes sense then if he's a firefighter. Live stream myself on a ladder. I'm only questioning that suggestion because I would have to make sure I'm really focused on what I'm doing rather than paying attention to you guys. Like I need to like 100% ignore you when I'm doing that just for my safety. But I don't mind if you guys get a laugh out of it. Yeah, this is like all the seeds. No, this is half of the fruits. Crazy, right? It's a lot of fruits. A lot of seeds. Exactly. I'll try to film the content as much as I want, but like doing it safely and just where I can just do my thing. The camera's just rolling, you know, like my eyes are just going to be on like where they need to be. Okay, I got half more left. Yeah, I need to have the capacity to, you know, grow my rooftop garden, so I need to be careful. It was very difficult, you guys, trying to find a harness that would fit me. I've got 3 and I have to return all of them so far. Well, maybe I might keep one of them, not sure. It's not perfect, but I don't know. It's hard to find something for me like the size. Um, yeah, I just feel like I'm spending so much time trying to look for the right stuff because yeah, I so I don't have experience in this, so it just takes really long for me to carefully read through things and do the measurements and trying to figure it out. Marco, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't think I'm really going to live stream on the ladder. And like I said, if I did, I would be like 100% ignoring you. It would just be on, like it would just roll without me looking over at all. But thank you. I appreciate your, what is that called? It's a super chat. Thank you so much. Just so you can scream out loud, don't live screen on a ladder. I appreciate that. That's funny. Don't need after the lectures using a taller ladder with 3 rungs above the roof line. I see. Ladder safety lectures, watching Wendy eat a pomelo. I'm taking awfully long, aren't I? I'm very slow. I can eat quite a bit, but I'm very slow. I will eat until the restaurant closes. Looks like I need to sharpen this knife. Wonder if I should start cabbage and broccoli now or wait till 2 more weeks. Frost date. Oh, still got a bit of time. I usually would just, yeah, I'll get like a general idea based on what the seed packet suggests. How big do you usually get your plants before you transplant it, you guys? Like for me, I get them out when they're pretty big, just because the space has so much shade. I feel like it's still a little too early to get broccoli and things like that started. If you're in zone 7A. I don't know, what do you guys think? Yeah, because if it's not safe, Marco, there will be no more entertainment. Training kicking in on the chef equivalent here. We call them watch managers. We are always watching. Yes. You got to take care of your crew. This is good. You make me nervous saying the highest you go is 9 feet. I need to get to 18 feet. The smaller the better, I believe. I mean, the design of the ladder that I got should be safer than like a typical, like a traditional ladder, right? That's just straight up. It like flares out to almost 3 feet wide. Both ends. It's like 28 inches wide, I think, the bottom. Oh, looks like I got pomelo. Okay, just rub more pomelo in my hair. 10. 13.5 meters is the biggest ladder we have. I'm gonna need to translate that to feet later. We go by feet here. Started peas in zone 9. Yeah, I mean, peas, zone 9, yeah, you can actually grow them in the winter. Love those wide ones. Does 13 meters translates to 23 feet? Because that's my ladder. Hi, Habitable Hobbies. Happy New Year. Welcome to the chat. Plants are getting big. I transplant at least twice. Nice. That's exciting. I can't wait to clean up the garden and put a few more perennials in. If you guys could, would you grow more perennials? Manual ladders, of course, and we have heaters attached to the appliances. 18-foot rooftop sounds like it's a safe sleep, but still have someone on hand for. Yeah, I'll have someone on like underneath just to supervise. Like I read that for safety, the ladder should go high up, like past the height of the building. But there's a rain gutter there, so I can't do that, or I'll ruin the rain gutter. It needs to sit like right below it. That's awesome. Yeah, I love perennials because especially in a shady garden like mine, perennials like allows like a longer life, like time for them to grow and get taller. Once they eventually reach to like a high enough that it'll get more sun and it'll start to grow faster. But with annuals, for me, when there's so much shade, it takes long for them to grow in the shade. But of course, once they reach the sun, they'll grow faster. But for annuals, it'll start getting cold and they'll die back. It doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't work. What would be more like a perennial for you guys? Like maybe like tree collards, something that was. Yeah, I guess tree collards or grapes, things like that. That's why I guess like your fruit trees. I'm gonna grow perennials. I would love to have more blueberry bushes. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm thinking if I should move the. I don't know where my blueberries should go right now, actually, because it's currently in a 15-gallon pot, so I'm not bringing that up the roof. It can sit. Okay, Joy says it can sit in the gutter. You mean like let the ladder lean on the gutter? The gutter is soft. It's going to dent it or break it. Maybe I'm not understanding you correctly. Gutter will support the ladder if it's sorted across the guttering. I have no idea. I have no idea. I just like I read that you don't put it on the gutter because it would ruin it. I can try, just lean on it just to see if anything happens. Like before I even stand on it, I can just put it the ladder there and see. Excuse me. Yeah, there's certain parts of the garden. Like I do enjoy putting new plants in. So sometimes I do envy, you guys who get to constantly kind of change things out in the garden through each season. So I get to do something like that in a different side of the house, that gets a little more sun or that's a little more bright. Then I can do some more annuals. But the part that's like no more narrow in the on the patio space, I'd like more perennials so that it can allow them more time to kind of eventually make their way high, like up to like 6 feet, and then they can grow crazy. So kind of slowly changing my strategy a bit. So the gutter, I feel like the metal is kind of thin, like it's easy to dent. I can't really dent it like by pushing it with my fingers, but I'm not sure if I actually saw a couple of dent spots on there. I'll carefully look again. I'll check, but yeah, I don't know. There's always some sort of work to be done outside, though. I think, for example, of like replenishing the soil and composting, and depending if you have there's more light, you can definitely grow some annuals in between your perennials. But it's just also sometimes perennials, I think they're stronger plants that have been there. They just have like a stronger root system that if something happens like in the garden, the perennials usually would be more okay. They'll survive usually more so than the annuals. Like, yeah, I do get jealous when you guys get to always like replace your plants, like, having like, so yeah, I don't mean to just grow 100% like just perennials or just annuals, right? It's fun to be able to mix both. Thanks for stopping by Simply Gardening. Have a good night. Yeah. So I do need to get I need to get somewhere. So like we'll be ending this at 3:30, which would be, I don't know, I'll say another 15 minutes. An oddball in this discussion, I see, not the first time. I must have missed DLR some of your discussion up there. Last year had volunteer Everglades tomato grow. Ooh. Let's see, a pomegranate. This year there will be 2 Everglades tomatoes. Wow. That's amazing. I'm thinking about I want to try Everglades. But there's also other tomatoes I want to try too. Maybe Everglades this year, if not next year. Uh, oops. I heard that it's like a little more sour. I tend to like, I mean, it depends on what you want to use it for, right? But I tend to like sweeter tomatoes. Are Everglades like more sour? Some people love it a lot, so it's like really flavorful. But is it really tart? Or maybe the acidity is nice for making sauces. I love fuchsias. Oh my god, that's what I have all the varieties here. Not all, but I have a lot of varieties of fuchsias here. And then like the fruit, the berry is actually quite good. You know what? I kind of really love the fuchsias that have like the lavender, lilac, or like a lighter purple color ones. Those are really hard to find, like almost impossible in LA. So I ended up picking up some seeds. So hopefully, I'll grow them out because I'm wondering, is that because the lighter color, almost like a light, very faint lavender with like the outer, like the sepal is more white. So it just looks very, very angelic, pastel, soft, colors. But I don't see things like that in LA. I wonder if it's because it's not as hardy in the warmer zones. The UK and like the Pacific Northwest with that similar weather, you guys have amazing fuchsias. Oh gosh. I'm excited for you, Marco, for your fuchsias. And here's the thing. I really love coneflowers, echinacea, but I've never succeeded growing them. So I thought I would have a better chance in the raised bed, but it finally died back. I think they do go dormant in the winter, right? I've had a tough time with echinacea. Sounds like I gotta get me some Everglades. Let's see if I have room for that. So I do have a few varieties of tomatoes that I'm like really that want to plant out. But hopefully, if there's room, I'll definitely add in the Everglades. Currently planting some herbs to sell at the Tulip Festival. That's exciting. I wonder if I ever ran into like one of your booths. Were you there last year, Habitol? At the Baker Creek the Tulip Festival? I think you mentioned something about that last time we had a conversation about. That's fun. I love all their events. I certainly hope I can like stay out there a little longer next time I go. I always like need to go to some place else like right one after another. And then there's like a really long time in between where I don't travel. Which flowers are always kissing? Serena, I got it. I got the joke. I grew loofah last year that covered my garden, right? Loofahs are awesome. They're so prolific. My garden is saved. One time, like with like our patio size being so narrow, we did like the loofah definitely took up the entire patio space. But that's how they become really prolific, is if you allow them to just go and not have much other plants around to shade them. It was super prolific. Hi, Bob. Welcome. I saw you, but you. Oh, well, next time, Habitol, I hope I would run into you again. You were at one of the booths. Huh. So you sell flowers there? What I meant to say is I am composting in my garage. Ah, awesome. What kind of composting? I seeded an entire row of cornflowers. Cornflowers, it was. Oh, wow. I love blue flowers a lot. The Love and a Mist is pretty incredible too, and their blue tone. It looks like when I finish this, it's gonna be time to get off. Like it takes me it's like over an hour, like an hour and a half to eat a pomelo. The compost bin is on my channel. Oh, cool. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I'll try to remember that. Is your channel name like similar to, or the same as your username here, Bob? Food compost from the kitchen. Awesome. Yeah, I was doing what is that called? I forget the names. That Korean term. I was doing that composting and I kept it in the garage with like some food. Bokashi. There you go. It worked great. But we actually don't have that much food to compost, so I was turning because you know how I tumbler one like that actually divides, like there's like a wall in between that kind of divides, so there's two doors. I was thinking I'd do a bokashi in there, like on one side, and then the other side just keep it as like a vermicomposting. But I hope that's that acidic smell from the bokashi. I don't know. I hope the worm's not going to mind. There's a wall that blocks it, but I don't know. But I kind of want to just keep the composting outside. Running out of room inside. Plant sourdough bread, yum. Okay. Other baked goods and I'll try to take note of that. Hopefully I'll run into next time and have a chat with you. Have an old hobbies. Excuse me. Nice. That's a good idea. Yeah, add the weeds in the garden. Yeah, I started composting the bokashi eventually just with some random garden clippings too, because I didn't have that much food to compost. The only time I was like, most times when I was composting food, it was like my friend's food when we went out. I'd take their food home. Good night, Marco. Thanks for catching up with us. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. You're not going to miss out too much because I'm almost done with my pomelo. Thank you. I will stay safe. Practice strict ladder safety. Yes, sir. I know. That's why I'm like buying so many different things so I can work safely. Filipina, and I make rice into a fine powder mixed with rainwater for our houseplants. Yes, my aunt also does the same thing. They swear by it. The only two things they use, well, I think they probably use regular fertilizers too, like manure. But other than that, it's the rice water and coffee ground. Very simple. What are you guys up to? Today is Saturday. Yeah, you guys gonna be out in the garden? I guess. Yeah, is your anyone's garden like workable right now? I dry all of it in a hot pot and grind into the powder. Nice. Oh my god, this is a really big chunk I'm getting out here. Interesting use of leftover use of it is. Some people even use that to wash their face as like a skincare routine. Search stinging nettle and found your channel. Hey soldier, yes. When I had more like stinging nettles growing at the old place, that was fabulous. Wasn't very friendly for my neighbors, probably, that stinky smell. I didn't mind it, but I don't know. Look at this piece. Try a little then, rock tumbler. Compost tumbler, and I have kind of do pasta. Yeah. my compost, my tumbler right now is currently just filling with kitchen scraps too. Especially in the winter. Don't have there are some perennials that are growing right now, but not a whole lot of things are growing right now. I haven't really been out to work in the garden too much. But I do have the hungry worm bin, which I put larger like clippings. Like when we cut the trees back, I put like quite a bit of those branches in there. Genera procumbens to turn yellow in the winter. How cold does it get where you are? Think chair. My garden is plenty of work of all and just building all and I don't know. Huge house remodel. Nice. That's always fun. It's a lot of work, but you really can appreciate it, you know, when you do it yourself. Yeah, there's only one of you, right? It's like when I want to get the rooftop going and then I still got all the other projects and the sidewalk, you know. I want to build like simple square boxes to plant things too. I want to do all these things or there's only one of you, you know. But I enjoy the learning curve through, you know, doing it. I do. I shred those boxes. It can get tedious though, I'll say that. Like it's nice when you just kind of put on like YouTube or whatever and chill and do it. It kind of can be meditative. But when you're really busy and you try to save all your boxes so you can shred them, it can become a nightmare. Like the garage is just such a mess full of boxes they're waiting to be shredded. I also get like this compressed sawdust stuff for like to kind of help dry out or balance out the compost. Let's take some more trees that provide all the browns. Nice. An author on Enoch's channel a couple weeks ago mentioned how composting cardboard is like carbon heat sink. It's amazing. Definitely make use of the cardboard. It's so funny because I would tell my friends, oh, I can use some cardboard, and they start giving it to me. I ended up having way too much. And they just end up sitting there until you get around to it, you know? Yeah, like I wanted to answer, who was it? Something, I think Chair or something, with your question about the genera before we leave the chat. So I was asking something about anyway, the genera procumbens, also known as longevity spinach. I grew up eating that, and it's quite delicious, and it works as a perennial here. I substitute that, or lettuce with that. And in the winter here in Zone 10, this vegetable, it's actually been acclimating really well over the years now. It just slows down its growth. It doesn't turn yellow for us though, but if it does get really cold certain times, it gets stressed and it does produce a little bit of that purple pigment on the leaves. But if it turns yellow, it probably can if it gets really cold. 35, 38 is probably quite cold for them. They are tropical, so that's possible. You can take cuttings, or you can bring it inside, overwinter it. Is it getting sun in that location? It's probably just like stressed because it's cold. It's like when it's kind of cold, it produces that purple like pigment, but probably in the 30s, it's very cold for this tropical plant. Hey guys, I am done with my pomelo. Is this cool that I'm like eating throughout this session, you guys, or this is like annoying? I feed my lawn hardboard with coffee. Yeah, and I get some good coffee ground from my buddy too. Just a party for those worms in the compost every time. Ooh, okay, I'm done. Look at all these seeds. Look at all these seeds. Yeah, good luck everyone to starting your seeds. It's pretty exciting this time of the year where I think some of us are able to start seeding right now. I know some you're not quite there yet, but this is the beginning of the season. I think once we kind of make it a little bit past New Year's, it's a pretty exciting time. When it gets warmer, I'll lightly top dressing and good amendments. Yeah, for sure. That's my favorite part to do in the garden. Like it's just putting really good, soil topping off the beds. It just looks so much nicer, and you just know that the plants would be so happy. Get them in the compost, bow tie. This spring I am planting white Dutch clover in my grass. Ooh, what's that like? I like clovers in general. No care. That's awesome. Right? I actually have thought of that too. I'm like, why don't we just put clovers or some sort of a replacement for the lawn? It's pretty. It's softer for you to walk on. You don't have to mow it. Yes, for the benefits of the bees. That's a great idea, Bob. All right, look at this thing that turned into this now. Don't make me sin. I don't know. Tony lives too far from here. I don't think he's been much help as much as he would like to. I'll be safe, you guys. I think really long before I act usually, especially when it's something new. So, my first step is to actually check out and make sure that I know how to lock that ladder properly before I even stand on it. It's got a lot of connections and locked and release stuff because it's a multi-purpose one. Yeah. But thank you guys for chilling with me on a New Year's Day. New Year's technically traditionally lasts for about 2 weeks. So we are into is it the 4th day of New Year's? Yeah. So yes, I am gonna go. I got some prior commitments that I gotta go drop off some stuff and such and then get back to work. I'm behind. I'm so behind. But yeah, it was so nice to catch up with you guys. So you love those multi-letter. I have 2 different sizes. Oh, that's awesome. I barely can even fit one in the garage because the bottom is so wide, but I'm really excited about it. It's kinda heavy to kind of move it around, even though there's wheels on the bottom, but, um, I can't always just wheel it around in the small space, but I know that's gonna be, like, a really I can put it to really good use. So, yeah. No room for 2, otherwise that would be awesome. Because it's really cool when you have 2 of the same, you can even put, like, a strip, right, to make it like a scaffolding. That would be cool, really, really cool. Yeah, I hope my coneflowers will receive we'll see. There was plenty of seeds I kinda scattered around. We'll see what happens. I haven't had luck with coneflowers. I spent way too much in trying and retrying by from seed or from plants and whole plants and plants that flowered and so on. We'll see. We'll see how they do. But, I can send you a video and a comment. Sure. Yeah, let me know. Just I guess comment on the bottom for anything to call to my attention because it'll be difficult to kind of go through and like scroll through all the chats again. So if you have anything you want me to make sure that I see, please leave it in the comments below. Yeah, until then, I will keep posting on the community tab. So we will keep each other updated there. Links are hard to put. Yeah. Someone else. Okay, is it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find a way around it on the comments or try the community tab, put on one of the comments in a post or something, I guess. Um, Coneflowers are filled with reseed themselves. Everyone's got something like that grows so easily for you, and then the other person is like difficult. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for joining. I'm gonna sign off. I hope you guys have a lovely afternoon, evening. Hey, Dawn. Good night. Good afternoon. See you guys later. Take care. Bye, my fantastic peeps. Bye bye. Signing off.